happening over the day, and today we start afresh with the first session on regulatory status and outlook in various countries. We have 11 speakers for this particular session who are going to give us a very brief overview of the regulatory status that is happening in the country. And if we have a look, we have almost all parts of the world. We have Hong Kong, we have got Cuba, we have got Russia, and then Japan, Brazil, Kazakhstan. So our learned resource persons today, they are going to talk about the regulatory status and outlook in various countries. The chair for this session is Dr. Werner Noss, Head, Department of Complementary and Alternative Medicine and Traditional Medicinal Products, Federal Institute for Drugs and Medical Devices, Germany. And the second chair is Dr. Kim Song-chul, who is Regional Advisor of Traditional Medicine in WHO Southeast Asia Regional Office. I request the chairs to please start the session.
Thank you for this kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. After we had a very exciting conference yesterday and a very beautiful evening, I hope you are fully recovered and ready to start with this session. As it was pointed out, we have the chance to make a short journey around the globe and get some 10, 12 different perspectives on the regulation in a couple of countries. And we will also get different perspectives because the representatives will be partially from regulatory authorities. They will present pharmacist perspective or practitioner's perspective. In order to save time, because so we have only rather short time slots, the colleagues will be seated at their places and give the presentation from there. So we realize that the technique will be available always with the presentation. And so I would kindly invite all our guests really to make a brief and short presentation and statement and to keep in time. First we go to Russia, where we will have two colleagues presenting. The first one is Dr. Irina Buryakova as Chief of Department of Traditional Medicine and the Vice President of the Russian Homeopathic Association. And the second part of the presentation will be given by Dr. Nikolai Samarenov. He is Professor Cum Chair in Homeopathy and Electroacupuncture at Post University of State Federal Agency in Russia. So please first, Dr. Buryakova, you have the floor.
Good morning, dear friends of homeopathy. Good morning, regulators of homeopathy. Best wishes in our work, and let us start. I need to speak about homeopathy in Russia today. First, I need to turn to history. History of development in Russia has three periods: Tsar period, Soviet period, and now period, post-Soviet period. Tsar period began from the imperial decree in 1933. Then it was allowed to practice homeopathy, to produce homeopathic remedies, to open pharmacies, to publish books, journals, societies, and so on. In Soviet period was allowed to practice, was allowed to produce remedies, but not allowed to publish books, not allowed to have societies. The modern period, it includes, it allowed pharmacies in 90s, it allowed practice, it allowed produce remedies. But because in 1994 there was adopted resolution of our scientific academic council together with Ministry of Health. Then we have first law of remedies, where homeopathic remedy appears only in the chapter of labeling. no any special regulation for homeopathy. And no any notification procedures were adopted for homeopathic remedies which were permitted before on market during long time. No adopted any special rules or special standards for homeopathic remedies. Until 2010, we work with the Ministry of Health to make special rules for registration of homeopathic remedies, but we were no succeed. In 2010 was adopted new remedies law where appears very little about homeopathy. There appears a special definition for homeopathic remedies. And now we receive new amendments in 2015, but the work is very heavy, like in every country, as you know. And the situation now is we have no homeopathic pharmacopoeia in Russia, we have no chapter in common pharmacopoeia devoted to homeopathy, and remedies also, as a situation with notification was the same. We have now many homeopathic remedy out of official register of remedies, but we need from our good conference, which was made due Dr. Raj Kumar Manchanda now, we need help as we, after memorandum about which will speak Dr. Zamaryanov of Commission of Academy of Science, we need help of our conference in advices for commission, which Ministry of Health now created. And in this commission, we will be like experts, homeopathic experts, and we need to have the understanding that homeopathy is a completed doctrine with its own rules, and regulation rules should logically meet frames and conditions of homeopathy, and notification rules should be recommended for regulation rules for homeopathic remedies. It can be done like in Belgium or like in other countries which have rules of notification already. So we thank you for your attention, and I give a word to my colleague, Dr. Zamaryanov, President of Russian Homeopathic Association, to speak about situation with Academy of Science in our country in February.
Thank you. Dear colleagues, dear Dr. Manchandra, thanks for your care, for united of our knowledge and our experiments in the world around homeopathy. And I want to speak a little bit about some problem in our country, which were appeared after the publication of one document. It's named Memorandum number 2 in our country, which was done by a group of scientists. It was appeared at 6th of February and was prepared by a group of scientists jointly with journalists and published in our mass media. In this memorandum, there was noted that homeopathy is a pseudoscience, false science. and it was nominated as an opinion of Academy of Science. But this is false. This group have received the sign only from the Chief of Commission, not was discussion, not was adopted, and they published this memorandum in mass media. All mass media in our country and around the world support it and have prepared great wave against homeopathy. The result, all opinion of all people in our country was drawn to the homeopathy last week. In that memorandum, this group demanded to ban homeopathy as useless, false, and dangerous medicine. But the real academicians, member of this commission, refuse from the legitimacy of this publication. It's first. Second, Ministry of Health of our country did not support the opinion about prohibition of homeopathy and decided to arrange a special expert commission, including specialists and experts of homeopathy and our also. The wave against the publication increased now. It's very good news. Thank you very much.
Thank you to both of you for this contribution from Russia. And we step forward, and our next destination is Kazakhstan. And I would like to ask Ms. Yelena Syokina to give a practitioner's perspective. So if possible, you may also stay at your seat. You can stay at your seat, give it from there, so that we save some time. Mrs. Syokina is Vice President of 2 associations on homeopathy in Kazakhstan, and we are looking forward to your contribution. Please.
Thank you for invitation to this global forum, and especially Dr. Manchandra. I can introduce the procedure registration of homeopathic remedy in Kazakhstan. The organizing structure of drug treatment control, including homeopathic, in the Republic of Kazakhstan. Ministry of Health of the Republic of Kazakhstan, regulation of the healthcare system. 1. Pharmacy Committee, Ministry of Health, and the functions. National Center of Examination of Medicine, medical devices, and medical equipment, Ministry of Health, and the functions. System of examination and registration in the Republic of Kazakhstan. Stage 1, National Center on Experience, examine procedure, safety, efficiency, and quality 210 calendar day. And stage 2, Pharmacy Committee, the procedure for the state registration 10 working days. Registration on homeopathic medical products in the Republic of Kazakhstan. In Kazakhstan, on registered drug around 8,000, including 82 homeopathic drug. For the examination on homeopathic remedies must provide documents and material, including the following information in Module 4 and 5 of the CTD. For products with many years of experience in the application, a review of the scientific literature and the effectiveness and safety of homeopathy medical in the claimed application. For the new homeopathic medicine, not mentioned in the pharmacopoeia and monographia, there's toxicology studies, justification of selection on different potentials, clinicals, implication, experience. Introduction for medical use indicated that the drug is a homeopathic drug. My colleagues, my dear friend, homeopath, Congress of the Asian Homeopathic Medicology will take place in September this year in Almaty, Kazakhstan. We invited everyone who supports homeopathy to take part in this unique Congress. This is first Congress in the Asian level in Kazakhstan, which will bring together presentation from the field of homeopathic medicine, pharmacy, and other association with the idea of the practical. Leading experts in the field of homeopathy from many countries are come to this Congress. Kazakh Homeopathic Association is celebrating its 25th anniversary for registration 29 September in 1992, and this celebration is here at the time when will be Congress held. No, thank you very much. Welcome to Kazakhstan, please.
For this presentation and also the kind invitation to the conference in Kazakhstan. We go a little bit more west and go to Croatia, where we have as our guest here Dr. Ivan Koselic. He is Associated Professor and Head of the Microbiology Department at the University of Zagreb in Croatia, but he will, as he is linked very much to the authority in Croatia, also present us a regulator's perspective. Please, Ivan.
Thank you, Professor Knus. So, first of all, I wish to thank the organizers to give me opportunity to speak about the youngest EU member states here, and I'm privileged to be here. So, on two slides, I will give you a brief overview of the current status of the homeopathic medicinal products in Croatia. And as Professor Knus already mentioned, I'm coming from the academic section, but actually I'm an external assessor of the herbal and medicinal products and homeopathic medicinal products as well. So, as you already know from yesterday's talk, Croatia joined the European Union, so we are the youngest EU member states. We have experience less than 4 years already, and we harmonized all our laws according to the European acquis communautaire. But actually, we would like to say in Europe that we are united through diversity, so we accept only according to some articles of homeopathic medicinal products. So we harmonized only Article 14 from the Directive 83 from the 2001. So it means that we harmonize only a simplified registration for the homeopathic medicinal products without indication, of course. And the safe use and the way of administration and is also explained in these harmonized articles. So we put everything in the Medicinal Products Act in Croatia, and of course in ordinance on granting marketing authorization for medicinal products in Croatia. And so we opened this simplified registration for the homeopathic medicinal products in Croatia without indication. But however, currently we have 4 homeopathic medicinal products on the market with indication, so it is leftovers of the pre-accession time to the EU. Unfortunately, because of we didn't harmonize Article 16, so in the Medicinal Products Act, so these 4 homeopathic medicinal products will lose the possibility of reauthorization after 5 years. So it means that this year or next year it will lose the grant. So currently, unfortunately, there are no new applications for the simplified registration of the homeopathic medicinal products last 4 years in the national authority in Croatia. It is probably reflected of our non-tradition of homeopathic use of and homeopathic treatments. Under tradition, I meant that we don't have such a tradition as Germans have, as in France and so on. So I put a question: what is the reason that we don't have any new application last 4 years for the homeopathic medicinal products? As you can see, I put in table some issue and maybe possible some actions and some solutions. So, as I said, we have no application for the homeopathic medicinal product for simplified registration, but actually we have, there is ability of homeopathic medicinal products by the homeopathic practitioners, so they have in their offices remedies and they use it, but they use it on illegal way, so they don't have any grants for that, so they are using on the illegal way, so without registration procedure. The second problem is that triangle of awareness on homeopathy in my country doesn't exist. So, for example, there is no connection between homeopathic practitioners. We don't have a homeopathic pharmacist, and there is no connection between practitioner, pharmacist, and the homeopathic medicinal products. So we saw that this is a problem, and this is the issue, so we tried to find some solutions. So my personal involvement is in educational system at university, so we include homeopathy in curriculum. We started to teach students in undergraduate levels about especially homeopathic medicines, quality, and so on. So we try to use some non-government bodies like associations in Croatia, like HOMET, Croatian Medicinal Homeopathic Association, just to raise awareness of the homeopathy, of the awareness of the possibility of education as well. So unfortunately in Croatia we don't have any agreement of the consensus of the who will license practitioners of homeopathy, so this is also a problem. And from the national authority level, we think that we need to foster transparency of simplified registration procedure. More active, we have to act more active, and so our goal is to have homeopathic medicinal products granted by simplified procedure legally only in pharmacy. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ivan, and also to all speakers for really keeping the time. We now have to go just more west far and have to pass the Atlantic Ocean, going to Cuba, where is our next station. I think in Cuba it's now nearly about midnight, but my colleague from the Cuban authority is just still alive and awake. So I would like to give you the floor, Mr. Dr. Diadeles Ramirez Figueredo, about the situation on homeopathy in Cuba.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. First of all, I would like to thank Dr. Machandan and Dr. Anil for inviting me to this important forum. Okay, I am going to talk in a very short time about homeopathy in Cuba. This is our new building in Cuba, our regulatory agency in Cuba. I am in charge of the safety, evaluation of safety and efficacy of a natural product in general in Cuba, synthetic and natural product. Okay, the next. Okay, Cuba is one of the reference regulatory agencies in Latin America, like Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Colombia, and Argentina. And we have as you know, we have our health system is totally free. Our medical service is totally free for population. Homeopathic product, the homeopathy is one of the modalities approved by our health system. We have a network of pharmacovigilance along the island, including homeopathic products. We are only almost 12 million of population. As you can see, we are very, our island knows so many population like other countries. The next, please. Our essential drugs is, we have 168 drugs, and from this 121 herbal medicine and 22 homeopathic products. And we have registered these 22 homeopathic products. In this moment, we have only one manufacturer, only one company is in charge of the manufacturing homeopathic product in the island. Next. About the continuing education program, this is some detail about our system. We have homeopathy diploma. We have some course that we organize about homeopathy. We have 1,465 specialists in homeopathy. We organize national congress and workshop. We have TV program in order to give some education our population about homeopathy and other modalities. And homeopathy is used at primary, secondary, and tertiary level, and we remark the level of the homeopathic products. The next, in this original paper, we can see how homeoprophylaxis was able to control the leptospira epidemic control. This is very important paper that it was published in 2010. And this is our current regulation in Cuba. You can see the web page where you can find this one. We have one requirement for authorization of homeopathic product for human use. Basically, we have two categories, one with indication and another category without indication. And we have another regulation related with the good manufacturing practice of homeopathic products. This is one example, the summary of product characteristics. When we finish the evaluation, we issue this summary of the product related with indication, contraindication, warning, quality specification, and so on. And this is available in our web page for all the products registered. And the last is the main challenge that we have in this moment with homeopathic. We should develop other dosage form concerning to the safety, efficacy, and quality. We have a lack of enough scientific research in this moment. We have a lack of cooperation between manufacturers and doctors, and we should working in the lack of information about the rational use of homeopathic products. We have to work in these things. Thank you very much for your attention.
So, muchas gracias. We now go to the South American part, and we come to Brazil. We have a colleague with us, Amaryllis de Toledo Cesar. She is working in a pharmacy, but also in some associations on homeopathy in Brazil. And you're kindly invited to give us the perspective of a pharmacist.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you for the invitation to be here. It's a privilege to bring to you some aspects of the situation of the homeopathic remedies in Brazil from the pharmacist's point of view. More than 90% of the homeopathic remedies in Brazil are produced and dispensed in pharmacies under the responsibility of a pharmacist educated in homeopathy during his graduation. The specialist degree may be achieved after a course with at least 300 hours, followed by approbation in a national exam. As the remedies are prepared in pharmacies, the problem of standardization was solved by the creation of the ABFH, the Brazilian Homeopathic Pharmaceutical Association, and that was in 1990. And this association promoted the discussion of the quality and standardization of homeopathic remedies. Each decision was taken after discussion and votation of the procedures for manufacturing homeopathic remedies in pharmacies. Then a technical rules manual for the preparation of homeopathic remedies was published, and it was later used as a base for the second and third editions of the Brazilian Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia. Our homeopathic pharmacopoeia, it's not too big, but contains several preparations, the general part, and some monographies. And it contains the LM or Q potens, continuum fluxion, Korsakoff potens, and also biotherapeutics, including nosodes. Our thought